I don't like to talk too much about Crochet Club, as if I would gossip about the club, and the soul of discretion me, I'm no fishwife. I'm a widow and I've been married before, a few times actually, but I'm not so careless as to tell you how often. One of the others once bumped into a man who told her that he had been my fifth husband. Isabel was a bit disgusted by that, but I told her it was none of her business if I liked the company of other men. Apparently wives are like sausage rolls. One is usually good enough. You may even fancy a second one, but never try a third. There's a young counsellor coming to the opening of the new community hub. I've bought a new bra for the occasion. Well, you never know, he might get lucky. I've always enjoyed the male company, but not in company if you know what I mean. I've looked after myself and kept my figure. The men tell me that I've good legs, and even though the weight of my chest requires more structural support than delicate lingerie, I've never known a man to complain that they were too heavy. I tend to need my bras made by the likes of Heron and Wolf rather than Ann Summers. But I've got good legs. People tell me I have, and I'm happy to take the compliment. Isabel said I should make the most of my legs and start walking more, or at least keep them closer together. As she says, I'd be better off if I opened my mind more than my legs. You could ride me like a hobby horse and I wouldn't care. My standards aren't quite as high as my heels, or so Isabel says. I'm hoping they'll put on a spread at this community hub event, maybe a wee glass or two of Prosecco just to help the atmosphere. At our age we need a bit of social lubrication. Well, any kind of lubrication really. If you ever catch me sliding down the stair banister with no knickers on, it'll be reasonable to assume that I might have a dose of thrush. Yes, a glass or two of wine might help the party get started. I wonder if that young counsellor takes a drink. I do hope that it's him that they send to the community hub opening. He's quite cute, all long legs and muscles, a bit like myself. We would make a good match. If I see him at the opening, I could maybe let him see mine. My wee flat, that is. A 2-bed ground floor flat at the top of the estate. Great for entertaining. I must remember to get a few tubes of Pringles in. I got my apartment through the housing association due to my mental health after my last husband passed away. They put it down to exhaustion. Me, not him. Anyway, I've borrowed a wee black dress for the big occasion from my friend Monica, but there's a smell of it. I quite like the perfume she wears, so I don't mind, even though she said it had a stain on it. She wears Vienna Moi. That's French for come to me. Very alluring, don't you think? When she lent me the dress, she apologised for the stain. I sniffed the dress to check on the scent, but it didn't smell like come to me. Maybe she's trying to hide something. I like a wee dance with her. It'd be great if they had some music at this too. Then maybe we get a dance, and if there was any available men, I might get a bird. I'm not fussy. I wouldn't expect a man to be like those ones in Strictly. Anyway, the thought of all those sequins would give me the itch, and it's not a good look to be scratching about too much. I prefer tall men. Well, size doesn't matter, or so the girls tell me. I'd best get on. There's a lot of crocheting to be done, and I think we're going to need bigger needles.